Everyone needs a good pair of leggings, and this is one of the best around. Today we're sewing the Flex Leggings by Sinclair patterns. This pattern offers a color blocking option as well as optional side pockets and an optional back waistband secret pocket. To construct these leggings today, I'm using my regular sewing machine as well as my serger. Regardless of which machine you choose, all of your seams will require a stretch stitch. The pattern instructions do include helpful information for whichever machine you're sewing with today. The fabrics that I'm using in today's video are activewear lycra from Minerva Fabrics. I chose to color block using black and silver gray. And along with today's sew along, I'm giving away a 50-pound gift card to Minerva Fabrics. If you're interested in entering the giveaway, stay tuned to the end of the video for all the details. For now, let's sew this awesome pair of leggings. To prepare the color block pocket, I'm going to fold the top slanted edge to the wrong side by 1 inch for both pockets and give those edges a press. Once we have the tops of the pockets pressed, we can edge stitch close to that bottom raw edge of the fold using a stretch stitch for both pockets. With your color block top pieces right side up, place the wrong side of your pocket panel on the right side of your color block top pieces and pin in place along both outer edges. Secure both side edges of the pocket to the color block top piece using a stretch stitch and 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Now we'll place the color block top piece right sides together with the front pant piece, matching the notches and pin in place. Doing that for both color block tops on both sides of the front pant. Sew or serge both seams with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now match your side bottom piece along the bottom edge of your back pant, matching the notches, right sides together and pin in place. Doing this for both back pant and side bottom pieces. And then sew both seams with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. For this pattern, you have 2 gusset pieces. The gusset pieces will be placed wrong sides together, and if you like, you can stitch them together all around the edges, as from this point forward, they will be 1 piece. Then we'll place our gusset piece right sides together with the back extension at the crotch, and pin in place matching your notches. Sew the gusset in place with the 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now that the gusset is attached on one side, take your remaining back piece and place it right sides together with this pant piece along the crotch curve. Pin together from the top of the pant to the top of the gusset, and then continue pinning this pant piece to the gusset along the loose edge. And then sew this crotch curve with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now that our gusset is attached and we have a complete back piece, we can place the front and back leg pieces right sides together along the inseam. Start pinning together at the center of the crotch. And then continue pinning down both pant legs. Then we'll sew from the bottom of one pant leg all the way up, straight across the bottom of the crotch, all the way down the opposite pant leg. Now that the inseam is complete, we can do the side seams. Place each front and back pieces right sides together along their side seam and pin from the top of the pant to the bottom of the leg. And do this for both side seams. And then sew both side seams from the top of the pant to the bottom of the pant with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. For your lining back waistband piece, we're going to transfer the center marking from our pattern piece onto the wrong side of the lining fabric. Now we'll place our lining back waistband right sides together with the main back waistband piece and pin in place on either side of your markings. Then we'll go to the sewing machine and using a regular straight stitch, we'll stitch right on top of our transferred lines, making sure to backstitch the beginning and end of our stitching to secure. Once those center stitches are secured, we're going to pin the side and bottom edges of the bottom section only. Sew from your center stitches all around the side and bottom edges and then back to the center stitches on the opposite side. Place two of your side waistband pieces right sides together and pin along the upper curve, doing this for both sets. Sew both seams with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Once those seams are sewn, we're going to prepare our elastic. Cut a piece of elastic for each side waistband set to the length of the seam plus 3/8 of an inch. Then we're going to pin the elastic to the seam allowance so that the inner edge of your elastic does not go beyond the seam allowance, and pin in place. So the elastic should look like this, pinned and extending beyond the upper edge. Repeat for both sets. Then we're going to sew that elastic to the seam and not beyond with a regular zigzag stitch for both pieces. Then we can open out those side waistband pieces and press that elastic and seam allowance toward your lining piece. Then we're going to understitch. We're going to sew the lining side waistband to its seam allowance, sewing with a zigzag stitch close to that seam line. Once again, doing that for both sets. Then we can snip off any excess elastic. Place your side waistband pieces right sides together with your front waistband piece, making sure to match the notches and pin in place. Doing this to attach both side waistband pieces to the front waistband. And sew both seams with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Open out the back waistband so the right sides are facing you, and place your side waistbands right sides together with each side matching the notches and pin in place. And sew each seam with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Here is the outside of my back waistband piece, and here is that back pocket opening. On either side of the pocket opening, we're going to sew bar tacks to secure the pocket, using a very short zigzag stitch and sewing right across that seam at each opening edge, backstitching to secure. Then we can fold the entire waistband wrong sides together, and it's ready to be attached to the leggings. Making sure that the lining side of the waistband is facing you, place the waistband and the top of the pant right side together. I'm going to match my center backs and pin in place, and also match the center fronts and pin in place, and then continue pinning all around the waistband. And then sew all around the entire waistband with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. To hem the bottom edges of each leg, we're going to turn the raw edge to the wrong side by 1 inch and pin in place all the way around. Doing this for both legs. Then using your preferred stretch stitch, stitch all the way around the bottoms of both legs. And now your leggings are complete. Thank you for watching this sew along. If you're interested in entering the giveaway for the 50-pound Minerva gift card, leave a comment below to let me know what products you have your eye on from Minerva.com. This giveaway will run from today, February 21st, 2024 at 9 a.m. Eastern, and the giveaway will close next Wednesday, February 28th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Eastern. The winner will be randomly selected and announced in a So Happy community post as well as in the description box below. This giveaway is not sponsored by YouTube, and So Happy is solely responsible for choosing the winner and giving out the prize. I hope you enter, and I'll see you in the next video.